These wooden products are sold online as premium items. Customers pay prices that are usually only associated with high-end artisan workshops. And yet many of these products are not made in high-end studios, nor are they produced with extremely expensive machines. The production costs are often surprisingly close to those of ordinary mass-produced goods. Anyone who looks at material costs realistically quickly understands why high-quality wooden products can be sold profitably through platforms like Etsy or Shopify, even with relatively simple CNC technology. The model shown is my own design. It can be used under a commercial license to create your own products for sale. Different types of wood can be used for production, which vary significantly in appearance, availability, and material cost. Solid oak is especially suitable for premium products. After surface treatment, the grain becomes clearly visible and greatly enhances the impression of quality. The strongest visual difference between raw and finished surfaces is shown by olive wood, a rare, highly expressive material, ideal for higher-end products or smaller production runs. For stable cost calculation, materials with consistent purchase prices are also important. Glue-laminated boards offer several options here. Acacia is readily available, affordable, and especially suitable for efficient series production. Oak and beech are also widely available in Europe and especially in Germany. Woods such as olive or walnut, on the other hand, remain intentionally rare and are used selectively for higher priced products. For this project, I chose a 40 by 40 cm oak laminated board. Oak is a hardwood and is ideal for high quality, long-lasting products. In this video, I'll show how premium hardwood products can still be produced with an affordable Chinese CNC machine, and how they can be suitable for selling. The CNC router was provided to me by the online shop Geekbuying. They offer various machines and tech products at fair prices. You can find the link in the description. My milling file is already on the micro SD card. If you're thinking about getting this CNC router, I strongly recommend choosing the more powerful 800 watt spindle instead of the 500 watt standard version. The motor is adjustable up to 30,000 RPM and offers significantly more reserves, especially when working with hardwood. I'm using a 6mm 2-flute bit with a 6mm shank. 3 ER11 collets are included. For this project, the larger bit is clearly advantageous because it removes material more efficiently. Changing the bit is quick and easy. Since this machine was new to me, I first ran a test on a beech board to ensure all settings were correct. The micro SD card is inserted into the controller and the milling process can be started immediately. I set the Z0 point using the classic paper method. Although a Z-Touch sensor is included, I chose the faster method in this case to save time in the production workflow. A dust extractor is included with the machine. For the price it is acceptable, but I was not able to use it with the 800 watt spindle. It seems to be designed more for the smaller 500 watt version, which is not practical for my application. Here are my milling files for making the wooden clock. As with every new machine, I always start with a short test. During this test, I found that I had initially set the Z0 point incorrectly and milled too deep into the beech board. After resetting the 0 point, the actual milling process could begin. For the entire project, I initially used cutting parameters I was familiar with from an older 500 watt spindle. It quickly became clear that much higher feed rates would have been possible with a more powerful spindle. I'll discuss that shortly. Now for the material calculation, the oak board cost €35.51 at the hardware store. From one board, 3 clocks with a diameter of 39 centimeters can be produced. That means the pure material cost is about €11.84 per clock. Important hardware store prices are higher than wholesale prices, so there is additional potential for optimization. After setting the 0 point, the milling process starts. The spindle is running at level 3 out of 6, so roughly 15,000 RPM. There is still plenty of room to increase. I displayed the feed rate used here. The biggest time factor in this case was the spiral plunging. I had chosen a standard angle of 2 degrees, which was far too slow for such a large area. In the second milling file with multiple pockets, the bit had to plunge spirally about 9 times at a depth of 2.2 mm until the entire 18 mm board was cut through. For similar projects, I recommend a spiral angle of about 6 degrees, a feed rate of around 1200 mm per minute at 2.2 mm depth per pass, and the spindle set to level 4. In this section, we are already working with spindle level 4 because we are cutting more solid material here and the load is therefore higher. Many videos about affordable CNC machines only show engravings or very shallow cuts. This project is deliberately different. It shows that full-fledged hardwood products can be produced with an inexpensive CNC machine with convincing quality and attractive economics. The machining time is longer than with expensive machines, but with optimized settings, significant time savings are still possible. For the hole in the center of the clock and the hour markers, I used the included 3 mm 2-flute bit. The tool change is quick. After changing tools, the Z0 point must be set again, because the cutter has a different length. The lines are milled quickly. Afterwards, the clock is separated from the board. For this, I used the 6 mm cutter again to progress quickly. It is important to activate tabs during contour milling so that the workpiece does not come loose and hit the cutter. In the final cut, you can see how the material is intentionally left in these areas. The clock is then separated from the board using a multi-tool. The last pass had an offset of minus 0.2 mm, which required some rework. On the back, the pocket for the clock movement is then milled. The remaining tabs can be easily removed by sanding. For edge finishing, I also used a router. Alternatively, a chamfer could be made directly with the CNC to achieve an even more premium result. Without a chamfer, the edges remain sharp and sanding is necessary. A 400 grit sandpaper provides a smooth surface. The entire clock is lightly sanded so that all edges are pleasantly rounded and the surface feels high quality. The diameter is 39 centimeters, but the machine could also handle larger formats. Finally, the clock is oiled to make it durable and give it an elegant look. In this case, a hard oil was used. Depending on the wood type and the desired shade, different products can be chosen. The oil used is satin matte and slightly darkening, which highlights the grain and contours beautifully. One day later, the oil has dried and the result really speaks for itself. This is what the clock looks like at the moment. There are different mounting options. In my case, this version is planned. These mounting brackets are included with most clock movements, so it's something to pay attention to when buying one. In my setup, the clock movement has a shaft length of 22 mm. On the back, I had to mill 7 mm deep to fit the movement properly. These are absolute minimum dimensions. Otherwise, the clock hands would touch the wood. The movement came with inexpensive clock hands, and I also bought a few other low-cost sets. I'm using those here as well. However, if you're selling premium clocks, I would clearly recommend using premium quality clock hands. My clock movement, including hands, costs €2.55 in purchasing. The additional clock hands cost 75 cents. This brings my pure material costs per clock, excluding oil, to a total of €15.15. I think this still leaves room to make good money after all costs are considered. It's important to understand though that with this machine and this cutter, you do need more time than with a CNC router equipped with a 2 kW spindle or more. That said, this project clearly shows that producing premium hardwood products is possible with an affordable CNC machine and an 800-watt spindle. If I were producing this clock for my own Shopify online store, I would add a chamfer and choose different, higher quality clock hands. If you're not subscribed yet, there's a chance you won't find the channel again later, so feel free to leave a subscription.